of belittling other members of parliament.
If a point is little, everybody can see it's a little point. It's not me belittling it, Kagushia. After I'm finished exposing your littleness, you will expose my hypocrisy or my ignorance. You are insignificant in the political calculations of the country. Ekuru, we could let you run alone in 2027 and you still lose that election.
What the problem is, Sifuna, you
are a lawyer, Bana, my friend.
Yes, I'm a lawyer. I think I'm a better lawyer.
But you are speaking like a mamamboga. You are a professor of law. Please don't behave like Salasia. Read the document so that you understand and explain to your people what it says. I am telling you, Ekuru, you have what we call delusions of grandeur. Nobody wakes up thinking about Ekuru or Third Way Alliance. We let you run alone in a repeat election. You came up with 18,000 votes. That's a third of the votes that I got in Kileleshwa ward.
You know what? I am happy in my small outfit called Third Way Alliance because we are principled. Yes, we are. Yes.
No, you cannot use plural, but say I am. There is no obligation on our part to speak about the successes of the government. They also have mouths. Let them go out there. They have a government spokesman, they have cabinet secretaries, they have parrots like him. Leo tunataka tumwambie Ruto 2027 hatuelezani mambo ya sera. Hata sisi vile wewe ulikuja ukisema hasla, sisi tunakuja tukiimba tu one term. One term. One term. Wacha kutuambia tueleze one term inamaanisha nini. Hata mtoto mdogo anajua one term inamaanisha nini, si ndio? Inamaanisha maliza uende. I am telling you personally as Sifuna, we want a government that will respect the...
Thank you and welcome everyone on board. And if this is the first time you're watching Wilkie's TV, this is your home. This is where I bring you trending and the political news in our country and abroad. So for the first time, I welcome you on board. Make a point, subscribe, like, and share the video. Your opinions are highly appreciated because they're the ones actually which are motivating us to continue bringing you this news. Yeah, first and foremost, as far as politics is concerned in our country, you know very well that ODM, there are so many politicians who are vocal, who are right, actually minded people. For example, we have Edwin, Sifuna, that's the Secretary General. We have Papa Weno, who is also on the limelight all the time, actually, not only talking about the matters affecting the people, but also discussing issues affecting us as a country and as the people. Yeah, so most of the time these are the people among others, but these are the ones who are on top as far as politics is concerned. And let us go look into actually Sifuna as an individual, as the Secretary General of ODM. He's been vocal, and on the other side, there are a number of parties, I can say. There are people supporting him, there are people against him, and there are people actually who are impressed about what he's trying or what he's doing. Yeah, he's always criticizing the government in a positive way as far as the people are concerned, because he's actually addressing the issues affecting the people. And so the people can actually love or like to hear him speak, because he's actually talking about the issues affecting them as the masses. Yeah, we also have Babu Wino also doing the same. But in this case now, let us look into Edwin Sifuna and his antics in the politics. Is he looking for clout? Is he actually concerned about the people, what is affecting them, or what is he trying to do? Is he looking for a post in the government? Because he's always talking about against the government. And as we know very well, whatever he says, even the leader of ODM, Raila Odinga, is always supporting him. Whatever he's saying, he says that it is the party which is saying. So he's getting the protection from the party leader. Yeah, that's why they are saying that Sifuna is been arrogant. His arrogance is so high. From the clip you have just watched, you can realize that he speaks out the way he feels or thinks, but in return, the reception from the public is so positive because they are getting the effect directly. The government is actually not, they cannot support him for saying what he says, but it is the truth. Yeah, so that's why I can say that Sifuna right now is on top of his game and is trying to fit and is trying to stand out. Let come 2027, he will get a position. He will retain his position as the Senator of Nairobi. And also, he is growing politically. He is actually doing what you call self-growth as far as politics is concerned. And that's why he speaks. Sometimes they know if you don't take risks, you are not going to grow. So you have to take risks. You have to take what it takes.
Nebandika nano ali okoloruri so chama kwa custom tawe.
No, that's why.
Trevor, we have said this. There used to be a time in the Nyayo era when development would flow depending on your psychophancy and how long you spend on your knees bowing to the king that was the king then. You understand? Those times are past because we have a new constitution right now that even sets out what every share, what every county's share is. So as a governor, you know for a fact, and that is the job of the Senate to which I was elected, you know that you have an X amount of money that is allocated and it is for development. You are the CEO of that county. William Ruto cannot do anything about that amount of money because it is here. It is set in the constitution that we have devolved system of government. These members of parliament have responsibilities. The responsibilities of senators are set out. There is nowhere, Khalwale, in this document where the responsibility of a senator is to follow up on promises made by the executive. So you cannot tell me that Senator of Kisumu was there to follow up on development. Which development was he following up on? We are all senators here. Which development was he following up on? He has a responsibility to fight for a greater allocation for the county of Kisumu. That is what I was elected to do as a senator of Nairobi. We are going to be discussing the division of revenue bill. It is coming right now. And we have taken a position, and I am happy that even Khalwale said this on the floor of the House, that the discussion about what amount goes to the counties is a discussion not to be held in public barazas. It is to be held on the floor of the Senate. That is where your value is. So anybody lying to you that I'm going to State House so that I can be able to follow up on development, I would rather they be bold and forthright like Khalwale has encouraged them. Just say, I am tired of the party on which I was elected. I feel more affinity to X political party. And we want actually today, we will be putting Speaker Kingi on notice that house is not his house. I did not spend all the time that I have spent canvassing for votes here in Nairobi to receive 716,000 votes to be gagged by somebody who was never elected by anybody in the house in the name of a speaker. His job is to enforce the rules. His job is to enforce the rules. The rules are clear. If you look at standing order number 23, Trevor, it says that a leader or a whip may be removed by a majority of the votes of the senators belonging to the minority party. I have told you that in the minority party, we have 20 ODM senators, 4 from Wiper and 5 from our former friends in Jubilee. That's a total of 29. It doesn't matter which angle you take a picture of the Senate PG. Of course, the ODM senators are always going to be more because there's 20 of us. But that does not mean that it is a decision of ODM. So what is required is for us to be able to tender a decision that has been taken by the minority to the speaker. His role is singular, to pronounce or make an announcement on the floor of the House. Yesterday, instead of reading what the minority party has resolved, he opens the matter up for debate. In fact, he allows the majority leader to say things that he's not allowed to say. They want to be the ones to impose the leadership on the minority side. It is like the speaker has become Cherargei's majority leader's puppet, Senator Cheruiyot's puppet, because Senator Cheruiyot has no business in the leadership of the minority side. So what they are doing, and the speaker without any basis in law, he says that today he's going to make a ruling. A ruling on what? There is no controversy before the House. We have made a decision as a minority. All he needs to do is to respect that minority decision. And finally, Trevor, we are not going to be cowed. We don't fear Speaker Kingi. You know, he imagines that we fear him. We do not fear him. We are telling him that that house belongs to us. He is supposed to be an independent arbiter of the debate on the floor. And in fact, in the first session, we did very well. Because Khalwale here, and Cherargei will agree with me, Kenyans have serious matters and they are looking upon the leadership to be able to deliver. We have serious matters. I saw a motion yesterday from my brother, Senator Chute, on trying to reduce the cost of electricity. We have the division of revenue coming up. Yeah. We cannot spend time on trivialities. Okay. Speaker Kingi has allowed the Senate to degenerate into a circus. Okay. So what we want to see is respect for the rule of law. If that is what they are saying, we agree.
All right.
Let the Speaker respect the standing orders.
All right.
The Speaker is not trying to make a decision so as to decide on whether it is right or wrong for the minority side to change leadership on their side. All he is doing is that, please give it to me, let me process it, and let the House decide. And when the House meets,
not a decision on who should be where. It's
no, he has no power. Okay. Just like yesterday, Senator Sifuna, we did not need you for us to effect the changes that we made on our side. You will also not need us because we cannot stop you from replacing a person who you wish to replace. Okay. On our side, we changed quite a number of people. Even Senator Cherargei here, he lost a committee because we were informed by the fact that in Bungoma a new senator has come. In Elgeyo Marakwet, a new senator has come. Senator Esther Olekunyuri came in belatedly. So we have had to accommodate them. Okay. So they will be informed by the political dynamics to then approach the House, and we are going to give it to you. Hold your horse. Why are you running ahead of yourself?
So, Trevor, there's only one problem, and Senator Khalwale is a more seasoned, parliamentarian than me. He knows that everything in the House is guided by this document.
Yes.
Khalwale, can you show us on this document where that procedure you are giving is there, is provided for?
Yes.
Because in my reading of this document, in fact, we don't need the Speaker to do anything. Because it says a senator, the removal of a senator from office under paragraph 3 shall not take effect until a senator is elected in the manner provided for under paragraph 1. Once another person has been elected on that position, you have no role. This procedure you are describing is not there. The Speaker has no role. All that is done is for him to be notified, and he makes and issues a communication to the House. There is no procedure. This one you are making up here.
I'm glad that.
And this is the problem we have.
Thank you.
What we are saying.
I'm glad.
What we are saying.
Let me give it to you.
No, I held my horses. What's wrong with the
Okay, my horse is held.
Please, what we are saying, Khalwale, is that let us maintain fidelity, because today it's going to be me, tomorrow is going to be you. And the Speaker's role is to enforce these rules. In fact, the problem we are having, like yesterday, I was shocked, Khalwale, and you can educate me on these standing orders, that you can actually rise on a point of order so that you speak to your colleagues. That is exactly what the Senator of Garissa was allowed to do. He rises on a point of order and says, I just want to take this opportunity to speak to my colleagues on there. That is not provided for anywhere. And Speaker Kingi, you can see him and you're asking him, what is his point of order? Whenever it is a person from the minority side, he will insist more than 3 times saying, Sifuna, what is your point of order? What is your point of order? Because he wants you to cite the specific provision upon which you are rising. But yesterday, he allowed people to lecture us, including me, to be adversely mentioned. And when I rose up to ask, you are going to make a decision on what? You have not heard from me. I have been adversely mentioned. So whatever decision is going to make Khalwale, we can all agree. First, he does not have powers to intervene in matters of political parties. Second, that he's misconducted himself by failing to apply the standing orders, so that it doesn't matter whether he rules right or wrong. Okay. The Speaker is out of order.
All right.
The tradition and customs and practice of Parliament is that nothing can come, no business can come on the floor of the House unless that business is approved by the House Business Committee in the National Assembly and the Senate Business Committee in the Senate.
All right.
You are wrong.
Yes. If I'm wrong, then I'm not worthy.
Okay.
being a parliamentarian in this republic.
All right, let's see how
let's close this debate by me reading this.
Let's hold the horses.
I was inviting you to read it for us.
Yeah, I want to read.
Yes. The standing orders are so explicit that they have even put timelines as to when a matter which has come before the House Business Committee shall find its way onto the order paper.
Okay.
That is called the practice, tradition, and customs of transacting parliamentary business.
All right.
Learn from us.
All right.
Now, can I just read? I just want to read. Please allow me to read this standing order that you're referring to. Just let me read.
Yeah.
Let him.
Trevor, you only go to customs, procedures, and traditions of parliament. This is standing order number 1.
Yes, yes, that's what I told you at the beginning.
Yes. In all cases where matters are not expressly provided for by these standing orders, the matter of replacement of the leadership of the Senate is expressly provided for under Standing Order 23.